Hello. Hello, hello. I am about to go live. Yay, with joy. Making sure it works. Yay, here we are. It works. I can't hear you. Hold on. I think I need to turn up my volume. Yay. Hi.
Hello. It is so scary to me when we do these techie live things during Mercury retrograde, all planets.
Oh, I'm not manifesting weirdness.
No,
right,
but I'm grateful. It works. Here I am. Yay.
Yay. I'm grateful too. It's so good to see you.
Fabulous to see you.
Yeah, it's great to have you on. And I just want to reflect a little bit on our last conversation. Oh my gosh.
The Queen died the next day.
The Queen died the next day. Yeah. So you guys, my name's Cindy with Create Your Own Luck and Love, and I launched this interview series called The Successful Woman's Guide to Love. You can definitely grab the link in the bio. It's still going, and we'll have a special replay edition this weekend. Hi, everyone that's joined us. And
we're so international.
Your interview's airing today.
Oh, I thought it was tomorrow. That's fun.
Yeah, you're today. I think you're today. Well, maybe you are tomorrow. Gosh, I can't even keep track. It's been crazy. Maybe it is tomorrow. But anyways, you're airing soon. If not today, then it is tomorrow for sure. You're right. It is tomorrow.
Okay.
God, blonde moment. So craziest thing. Yes, the Queen died. We're having this conversation. You're sharing numerology, and your work is so powerful. It's just insane. You were talking about a shift in the monarchy, and the very next day, the Queen died, and there was definitely a shift in the monarchy. The Queen's gone. The King's now in charge.
Yep. Big shift.
So let's talk about how, just really quick, let's give our watchers and listeners a little bit of a opening as to like what this work can do and how it can, help when it comes to dating and relationships too.
Yeah. So there's a couple different things I would look at in a chart. One, it tells compatibility. You can see people's shadows. So if you have someone telling you one thing and you're like, this sounds too good to be true, and then you dig a little deeper and you find out that their numbers are very contradictory to what they're telling you, those are the shadows. Some people live there. So you want to look for compatibility. That's one thing that numerology is very good at. But the other thing is your cycle of time. So right now we're in a universal 6-year because it's 2022. So 2 + 0 + 2 + 2. And September is a 6-month. So what a perfect time to talk about love. Because 6 energy rules love. It rules marriage, birth, all of the things. So,
and I always say fall's a good time for love. Fall's a really good time to open your heart, receive love. After all, cuffing season is right around the corner.
Right. Well, and October specifically, if you can fill October with things that are harmonious and, if you want lots of dates, go on lots of dates. If you only want good dates, then maybe you want to take a little bit of a break, depending what your strategy is and your approach. But October is such a great indicator of things to come. It can really give you insight into your relationship as well. So if October isn't flowing, if you're toxic with one another, if you're fighting all the time, that's a good indicator that that is what you will be bringing forward and experiencing more of in 2023. So it's a good hard honest look at things to come. But yeah,
Yeah.
if you're in a 5 or 6 cycle, that's a really good time to find love. 1, 2, 3 is a great time. If you're in a 9 year, you might just want to take a break, sit on the sidelines, do some research, get in touch with yourself, right?
Do
Learn.
self-love.
Absolutely. Yeah, so there's different times when it works better than others.
Yeah. I I love how aligned the numbers show up, and it just it literally it's like a map to your future. And you did talk about October is foreshadowing for the year to come. So if you want a relationship, anchor in things that mean relationship to you. Go out on high quality dates you're excited about. um, do things that feel aligned to you when it comes to partnership. Start speaking into it. And something else that I would say too is like really get clear on what your vision is for partnership, because then that that brings that forward too.
Yeah, we have a new moon on Sunday, so people can get super specific about their intentions and what they're looking for. And I always say pay attention to the deal breakers, like the little red flags in the beginning. Those
Mm-hmm.
tend to be the big problems later on, and the things you are willing to kind of overlook. Um, be be true to your wish list, right? Hang in there. Otherwise, you're giving the universe sort of cross purpose. You say you want one thing, but then you start putting up with the opposite. The universe, like, what do you want?
So the universal, yeah, like you'll be tested. Because so if you start, if you're somebody that compromises your boundaries or isn't staying true, what I'm hearing you say isn't staying true to yourself or your values. And I mean, and that's a time where if that has been a struggle for you within relationship, it's always a good time to seek outside support, hire
Yeah.
coach. um, Fine. We've got an amazing series. There's so many great speakers, including myself, that are supportive in this journey of holding true to what your standards are. Anything else about what is there any sort of um, like rituals or things that you recommend for this new moon coming?
Oh, there's so many, and I mean today is fall equinox. So
Yeah,
um, one thing
it's
I like to do.
it's this could be a very big day.
Yeah, so one thing I like to do, and you can do this multiple times throughout the month or year, whenever it feels right to you. Sometimes I do it at new moons. Thursday is Jupiter's day, which is the giver of gifts and luck. And so I like to do it on Thursdays. But this morning, I stood outside my front door and I put some cinnamon in my right hand, and you blow it into your house with the intention that everything that flows into your home is with sweetness. It's going to be abundant, and that is all coming in. And then, I leave it there until the next time I vacuum or whatever. But it's kind of cool. So you just blow
Yeah.
cinnamon in through your front door, and it's very
Why cinnamon?
cinnamon.
Why?
Because it represents sweetness, like things
Mm-hmm.
coming in, with love, abundance.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna
I
do
like
that.
that one. Today, because it's equinox, I'll also do a simmer pot. So I use moon water. If you don't have or you haven't made moon water, that's a whole next level thing. You can just use regular water, but put your intention on it. And I make a simmer pot, some cinnamon sticks, bay leaves for purity, purification, some cloves for protection, an apple, some lemons, and you simmer it on your stove. Your whole
Mhm.
smells like the
I
season.
love those. Yeah.
And it's protective, it's clearing. It's just a beautiful way to welcome in the fall.
Mm.
Yeah,
I,
but as far as love goes, um, I've I've slept with a rose quartz under my pillow for probably a decade. I don't know. It's
that's a good
it's
idea.
always
Yeah,
there. So rose quartz attracts love. It gives
for
you sweet
sure.
dreams. It's supposed to give you beautiful hair and skin. So I always have slept with rose quartz under my pillow since I heard that. So that's something you can do to attract love. The other thing I encourage clients to do is put everything in pairs. There was a
Mm.
real trend in artwork a little while ago where it was all the lonely, pensive women looking down, right? And that just attracts a lonely lifestyle. So
Mhm.
take a good look at what's around you, but everything in pairs. So twos, whatever it is, two
Yeah,
crystals, two.
make sure you have two nightstands. Make sure you have, yeah, those.
Well, for a balanced relationship, right? So you want everything to be balanced, then you make sure that it's equal on both sides of your bed. So
Mhm.
yeah, I know space is at a commodity, but you want to make sure you clear out the clutter and there's room for someone to come in,
Yeah,
right? All of that
that's
matters too. And there's certain months in numerology where it promotes organization, it promotes clearing clutter and getting rid of things where you can give things away and you won't regret it. So there's lots of different times during the year. So if you know your kind of flow of your year, that's an excellent time to, just kind of get some focus, go with the flow, let the universe do its work. Don't get in the way. And it's a nice way to live.
yeah, I love it. Um, yeah, there's so many little things. I remember there was I I had a feng shui person, and we were doing an evaluation of my artwork at one point in time, and she said that she pointed out a piece of my artwork, and she goes, you should probably get rid of that because it had a symbolization of almost like a love triangle type thing.
Ooh.
And yeah, it was like a man, and there was it looked really neat, but you had to really look at it to notice, oh, this could actually be a deterrent or create more, what I didn't want at the time. So I ended up getting rid of that piece of artwork. But yeah, it's being conscious of that.
Well,
And what were you
yes,
gonna say?
numbers will tell you what type of partner to look for based on what is important to you in a relationship. So if you are kind of kinky, if you're into open relationships, there's a number for that. If you are, I need someone loyal, I'm going to lose my mind if they even look at another woman. Well, there's all sorts of issues there, but we can find you some loyal,
there's
know
there's
what to
there's
look
things
for.
that can be worked on, but there's a number for you too.
There is a number for you, right? There's numbers that are very romantic. There are numbers that
What are
would,
the
that,
romantic
that,
numbers?
sorry,
What are the romantic numbers to look for?
twos, sixes, and nines tend to be the real natural romancers. Some of them can almost be so charming that it's scary, but they very naturally come by that. And then you'll have a number like maybe fours. Fours will not see value in buying things like flowers that die. They won't see value in spending hundreds of dollars on dinner when you can, food that has the same sort of sustaining qualities you can get somewhere else for far less. Why would you go have that experience? So if you are someone who likes to spend money, you maybe want to not get caught up in that four energy because you'll end up fighting about money a lot and spending. So certain numbers have a different attitude towards money than others. Um, Certain numbers are extremely loyal. Other numbers are huge players. So
What are the loyal numbers?
the loyal numbers, I would say fours and sixes are extremely loyal. Now, in saying that, you have to look at the whole chart. So if you have a four life path and then you have, I don't know, let's say three fives showing up in different places, the fives may override the four, right? So they kind of want opposite things. Fives are the adventurers. They really don't like to be locked down. If they get married really young, they often end up divorced. So, not to say they aren't capable of having a loving, committed relationship with the right partner, they are. But they have to have the right partner. It has to be their idea. So,
Wow.
if you
Well,
want
that's true for
yeah,
a
if
lot.
you want a five to break up with you, just try and lock them down. Like they're out of there. So
They're gone. So everybody's going to be doing, you know, looking towards you to get their numerology done so they can figure it out real quickly and easily.
yeah, and you know what? I'll do. I don't know. We didn't really talk about this, but I'll do a special offer on love charts if people are interested. So we'll just
Yeah.
do code Cindy 2022,
Yeah.
and they can take $22 off any reading that's an hour or more, and be able to get some information to figure out their partners and stuff.
Super cool.
Yeah.
So that's and so generous. Thank you very much, Joy. I love that. I love your energy. We have so many synchronicities. It's just,
You and
yeah,
I, life path.
we have the same life path.
Yeah.
What are we again?
We're six energy. So we love love.
That
We
makes
love
sense.
taking care of people. We love feeding people. We love making things pretty.
Yes, we're nurturers by nature. We're all about the love and connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So, manifestation for, is there anything else they can do as far as manifestation to anchor in what they want? So,
Well, one thing
for all the single ladies and men out there.
yeah. Um, Desperation is the world's worst clone. So
Mhm.
you gotta lose the neediness. And even if you attract someone, if you're needy and smothering, that's a quick way to repel them. So
Yeah,
you
and that can be I feel like we talked a little bit about this, but that can be an underlying energy that you may not know or realize because you want it so bad.
right.
Um,
And what like I've been doing this a long time, but what I've realized is what the universe will deliver far exceeds your expectations if you trust and let go. So one of my favorite sayings is divine timing plus divine guidance equals magic. Right?
so true.
Yeah.
So
And
true.
the other thing, people, I talk to clients sometimes about just get rid of your profile. Like it's listen, play back what you just told me. Listen to your last four stories. Like this isn't working, right? Take a break, come back, be fresh. But if the universe has your person, if they know who you're supposed to meet, there is a way. I know my own husband,
I
we
agree.
absolutely collided with each other. I was coming down a staircase. He threw open the door and he was going for a run up the staircase. We actually, like, he wasn't getting by. The universe was like, you're going to pay attention now.
Yeah, you're
Um,
gonna meet the person.
I had another client who her now husband rear ended her.
Oh wow.
So if the universe has your person and wants you to meet, they're they will magically make it happen. You don't have to worry about searching.
Yeah, and I feel
Let it
like,
come.
yeah, I feel like with you, that being said, it's being in that open energy of trust and wonder. and not and just kind of like that childlike energy of like, I'm excited to see what unfolds today and seeing what comes forward. And whatever, another thing I tell my clients too, it's like, utilize inspired action. So if you feel inspired to go out and go to a restaurant and grab a bite to eat, go do that. If you feel inspired to get on the dating apps, go do that.
Yeah. No,
But
absolutely. It's a much better way to live.
I agree. Rather than being like, okay, I've got to do X and Y to make Z happen. It's a lot freer and opening and connective
Yeah.
within the vibrational space.
Yeah.
So
The other one I like to do is lofty questions. This is Vishen Lakshmi. This is from his book. Um, the brain, if you affirm, people are big into affirmations. So they affirm,
yeah.
affirm, affirm. You know, I'm in I'm in love. I'm in a happy, harmonious relationship. But that actually lights up the part of your brain that detects a lie. And so if you can change that into a lofty question and just put a why in front of it. Why did I find the perfect partner at the perfect time? Why am I in such a harmonious, fabulous, respectful relationship? Your brain, the part that actually seeks solution, lights up. So
Mm-hmm.
affirmations have their place. I'm
For
not
sure.
anti affirmation, but in saying that, when you are constantly lying to yourself, the brain picks up on this. Now you're at, a red light and you're like, should I go straight or should I turn? And you decide to go straight because your brain goes, well, you're a liar, right? So don't go left even though I'm telling you to. So it can be damaging, but just lofty questions. Why am I in such an awesome relationship?
I
Why
like
do I
that. So
have a
it's
partner?
like it's opening things up. Why am I in such an amazing relationship that feels so juicy and aligned and
Yeah.
happy and compatible? All
Yeah.
of that.
The other thing that I find really helps move that romantic needle is getting up in the morning and at least three things you love about yourself that you're
Mhm.
grateful for. So I don't care if it's grateful for your hair, grateful for your communication skills, grateful for your style. Like there's so many things, but something you're personally grateful for about yourself. And people have a really hard time with that one.
Yeah, I think people can easily, just with gratitude in general, can easily get off track with that. So I think that's a really good, it's just a really good reminder of, you know, really being in that self-love, gratitude of self energy, because then the mirroring effect starts to happen. Other people start to see the gifts that you appreciate about yourself. it
Yeah.
it works for certain. So any other last words on new moon manifestation, what to look for in October?
Yeah, I just say get clear. Use this moon on Sunday to really focus. And what I like to do, I see some of my clients are, I see their names popping up on there. If you're familiar with the numbers, or if you're not, you can go read about them. I've got some of them posted on my website, but just go through your gratitude or your manifestations by using the numbers as a guide because you will hit every area of your life. So your
Mhm.
first one, you can give, like if it's, I mean, I like to get into a state of gratitude first because I think you're so much more open when you go to do your manifestations if you're already in that state of gratitude. So one energy can be something totally selfish, something you want for yourself. Two energy can be a relationship goal that you want. 3 can be a creative or a communication goal, something to expand. 4 energy can be for health goals or something foundational or organizational. 5 is often a travel goal or an adventure goal. 6, that's the number that rules love. It also rules family and your home, so you can put those goals there. 7 is a real metaphysical, sort of mysterious energy. You can put your 7 goals are really more about self-care. 8 is the one you can put a $ over. So use your 8 goals for, that's where you put your financial goals. Or they also rule authority figures if you want. 9 is the number that rules humanitarianism. So I always say that goal or wish needs to be for the collective. You need to put something out there for everyone. So you're not just 100% self-focused on you.
I like that. I like that. So do all the numbers, and if you don't remember this, just go look them up, right?
Yeah.
And
Well, and it gives you focus. And when you use the numbers that way, you hit every single area of your life. So you're not leaving anything out. You're not neglecting any part of your life. You're hitting every single sort of category or area.
I love it. Okay. All right. So here's to new moon manifestation, 9/22, and the fall equinox. Lots of openings and excitement for the next year. And what was it you had said? Isn't next year an Earth year?
Next
So
year, 7 universal year. So that one, 7 energy. I mean, do you have time? We can talk about 7 energy.
yeah, let's talk about it for a few minutes. Why not?
7 energy rules, like I said, that metaphysical world. It also rules nature and water. One of my predictions for next year is just with where next water is going to be a real big theme. So whether it's something about the supply or, you know, typhoons, tsunamis, things of that nature, I'm not sure how it's going to come up, but I've been getting this for quite a while. Water is, there's something going on. The other one is technology. I think we're going to see advanced, because 7 energy rules technology. So we're going to see advancements that look like light bulb to iPhone type advancements in the next, probably, I'd say, year to 3 years. That'll happen. Yeah, and it also rules spiritual. And so the last 7 year, I remember thinking there's a bit of a divide happening. People who kind of decided the spiritual journey, they're going to go that route, and the people that didn't. And I feel like that divide is going to continue to grow. It's kind of like the muggles and the unicorns. Right?
I could say, you know, and I could see that too, because they're actually what they're calling this time really the great, you know, the new earth, the great awakening time. So what I'm hearing you say, this is a continuation into that space.
Well, and it's vibration, right? So if you've decided you're going to get on the spiritual path and have a spiritual journey, you're constantly working on improving yourself and growing. Your vibration is raising. If you're not, you're staying here. And these people can't see eye to eye with these people.
Right. Yeah, there's divide. Well, I've even seen that the last few years. It's like there's just this missing energy of, you know, some people just missing certain things, and other people are on a different path. So when you're on that similar pathway, it's like you're speaking the same language. So
I mean, everyone just needs to respect everyone else's journey and say, okay, nice. I don't have to believe what you believe. I don't have to agree with what you believe, but we can still have, you know, coexist. And that's that seems to be missing a little bit. Other things in the 7 year rules, it rules the Supreme Court. So for 2022, one of my predictions was that Roe v. Wade was going to be up for debate. And that happened so quickly and kind of out of nowhere for a lot of people.
Yeah, it was Ooh,
now you'll get the challenges, right? And you'll also see um, legal troubles for big sort of high profile people. There'll be a lot of things happening in the courts, and the whole structure of the court could actually change as well. But if you there's tarot readers out there. If you go to your tarot deck and look, okay, we're in a 6 year, six rules the lovers, seven rule, that's the justice card. Like, okay, whatever that means for you, like apply it to the year. There'll be some clues in there. Yeah, so 7 year is going to be interesting. Generally, oh, it also rules mental health and mental wellness. And so I think we're going to have a whole lot more discussion and openness around that.
around
Um,
part of mental health and mental wellness. I think that's great. Yeah.
yeah, and it rules self and self identity. So if anyone thought that this, she, he, they is a trend, like that's here next year. We're going to be talking about that a lot. So that's going to be a bit of a theme as well.
Mm. Lots of interesting excitement to come.
Yes.
So, and a really good time to, I call it put your stake in the ground and your vision around what you're creating over the next few months and next year.
Yeah.
And
And the other thing I relationship is to really develop self-awareness. And certain numbers are better at it than others. But if you aren't aware of your own habits, triggers, traumas, gifts, when someone else, you meet, relationships are always mirrored. So
big
they're going to
time.
get reflected back at you. And then it might be too late. It might be like, oh, right. So
Yeah,
you
it
need
might
to
be,
know what they are and
well,
work.
and I love that you brought that up because, I work a lot with my clients around your habits, patterns, triggers, and things that, and how to process them and communicate about them and accept yourself rather than, being in this kind of like hiding or resistance energy around it. But getting that, that is really, really solid to make sure you are very self-aware of who you are, what triggers you. And a lot of times we don't always notice it until we're putting it to practice too. And
Yeah.
that's also a good reason to date, because dating will bring up triggers, traumas,
Yeah.
things that we
Yeah.
don't, yeah, that we don't necessarily notice when that's not being challenged.
No, and the other thing numerology is really good at revealing is how other people perceive you. And that can help with your self-awareness. But there's, certain energy that's not very tactful. And they just think they're being efficient and cutting to the chase. But they don't realize when this stuff, starts coming out of their mouth that the other person is trying not to cry. Like it's
Right.
so you need to be aware of sort of your delivery, and like I said, numerology can help sort of shed a light on how other people are perceiving you because of first impression numbers and things that are available to us there. But certain energy has like a really sharp tongue. They, can cut someone down with their words. And then other energy just agrees to everything. They're super agreeable, and all of a sudden they find themselves in a relationship, and they're like, "Who am I? Who is this person? Like, I don't even like, I don't like fishing. Why am I going fishing every weekend?"
Right.
So there's that too. So boundaries, self-awareness,
Mm-hmm.
it's all very important if you really want to be healthy relationship.
Like having the awareness, having the intentions and your standards around what it is you want and what you want to create. So I know that we could talk about this for another hour, but but we get to go for a second. Anyway,
all good.
so I had a notification and it went the wrong way. Hate it when that happens. Anyway, so you are just amazing, Joy. I always love speaking to you and, you know, having your knowledge and support. I know. Yeah, it's been awesome. So for everyone out there, Cindy 2022. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're wanting to gain more awareness around your direction and love, or other things, other areas of your life, or what to prepare for, definitely connect with this woman here and grab our conversation on the Successful Woman's Guide to Love. It's definitely illuminating, enlightening, and heart opening in this same area too. And you can go to the link in my bio, and I loved having you.
Oh, thank you, Cindy. I loved being here.
Yay. Well, until next time, everyone, we'll see you. Bye.
Bye.